welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Ryan Ennis. Ryan, how you doing this evening, man?
I am doing swell. How about yourself?
All right, sitting here watching it snow come down out my picture window.
Fucking snow.
It's not really like a lot to be like annoying or anything. It's just like flurries and basically shit that looks nice and you don't have to worry about driving in it.
Oh, I never have to worry about driving in it, but that's another story.
Well, yeah, you're in the city, so.
When I finally went to go get my license, this was when I went to go get my fucking shoulder surgery, so things didn't line up that well.
Hey, there's still plenty of time, right?
Oh, eventually, once I get my arm back to somewhat fucking normal, if that ever fucking happens, but.
Well, you're gonna be Jax from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, by the time this is done, bro, you ain't kidding.
You're not gonna be able to go through the metal detectors no more.
I don't know. So far, so good, man. This titanium shit don't beep.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, because we went on the cruise last year right after I got it, and there's no beeping. I mean, I have a card, but no, it didn't beep.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, apparently it hasn't been. I mean, it's been that way for a while. It's the same way I can go take an MRI.
Yeah, I've never
big
had
chunk of fucking metal.
I've never had one of those.
But an MRI?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've had.
That's the one thing out of all the things I've had done, I haven't.
Really? Huh?
I think I would freak. Like, I'm not claustrophobic or anything, but I don't know if I'd like being enclosed like that.
Yeah, for some people it's rough. I mean, it's. I only had one time where I kind of like started heavy breathing, but then I got over it really quickly. I mean, it's like I tend to fall asleep in them. I close my eyes and the sounds are. It sounds like construction sounds because it's like magnets and metal and stuff just making a noise, and it's just really like and it'll go on for like 3-4 minutes and be quiet, and then it'll have like, I don't want to say screeching sounds, but it'll have like higher pitched sounds. It's just loud.
I always joke, like, because I get CAT scans regularly. When they do those, I always feel like I'm in like a spaceship or something.
That's the one with the spinning thing?
Yeah, because it sounds like it's like going to beam you up or something, because it'll like take a picture and then it's like...
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I haven't taken many CAT scans, so it was just spinning, and I'm like, oh man, like, that seems like that's going really fast.
Right.
I'm like, is this supposed to still keep spinning? I'm like, what if this thing blows up and I'm standing? I'm like, what am I thinking about?
Well, dude, it sucks for me because they have to lay you flat on that like board thing to get like the pictures, and my back is so bad from where I can't, like, when I lay like that for an extended period of time, it really like hurts to get up.
Yeah.
So like. And from having a CAT scan, there's nothing really. If I had something to grab onto, I can pull myself up. But there's nothing, because it's a really awkward angle. There's nothing to grab onto. So like when I get done, usually the like person that takes the pictures has to like help me up, and they'll try to pull me all the way up. I'm like, no, just like slowly pull me this far, and then I can do the rest. Because, like, I'm sure you know what I mean. They mean well, but if they don't know what they're doing, they can, like, hurt you and make it worse.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm always, like, giving specific instructions, like, here, go this way, do that.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
Oh, I hate doing it. But it's, like, it's either that or I get, like, my back jacked up and it goes into a spasm and then I can't fucking move. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
do you consistently stretch and stuff?
Try to.
That's a nice way of saying no, isn't it?
Well, this is the thing. I was told, and this is a true story. My doctor some years ago told me from everything that's happened, I have the back of a menopausal woman, which is always nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, but you should definitely still be stretching and stuff like that.
You're absolutely right.
It's still muscle and stuff like that. You know, what I mean, it's because I'm trying to do it now too. Because I wake up and my back is fucking killing me, bro. But it's like I can only lay in certain positions because of my shoulder. Like I can't lay some ways. So,
we're getting old.
Yeah, that, and it's like I have 65,000 cats, so I move, and I always have a cat somewhere next to me.
You've become the crazy cat guy on The Simpsons.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Dude, before we started, I wanted to point this out. I didn't realize it until I went to, like, set everything up, and you can look at, like, past shows and everything.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 days, 2 days, it's on the 10th, we will have been doing this show for 3 years.
Wow. Now that's fucking crazy. And it's been very enjoyable. It's something that most weeks it's something that I look forward to.
Absolutely.
And I say that only because there's just some weeks that, either wrestling was bad or,
you had a bad week, physically or mentally or whatever.
Yeah, you wake up and you're just like, man, I really don't want to do this. But then you get up, for the most part, unless I'm sick, I think I've powered through most of that. I end up feeling a lot better afterwards.
Definitely.
It's like, because I tell my wife, well, I'm glad I did that. And even if, like, we don't have a million people listening, the people who do listen, it means a fuck ton. That people take any time out of, like Lance, like it means so much that Lance takes time out of his day to come listen to, us every fucking week. Like that means so much, like on a humbling level. Like that's a side of Ryan that people don't usually see.
You got that right, you asshole.
Well, it's not people on the internet. People in real life see it all the time because I'm I'm about as polar opposite as a human.
I'm just messing with you.
No, that was for anybody who may only know the internet, Ryan. Like, I couldn't be further from the truth.
But no, I always enjoy this, and I always look at it like this: you grow a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you live, you learn. I mean, it's we're always open to criticism. We've gone from a mostly news repeat kind of boring. I don't want to say boring, but just
cliche.
Like a recap. Yeah, cliche things that people had already seen and nobody really cared about. To just shit in the shit talking about wrestling, and things that happened this week.
And I think that's more enjoyable than somebody giving you like me with a notebook going step by step. Segment 1, this happened. Segment 2, this happened.
Yeah. I mean, and I just don't think people want that. And and it's been successful. I mean, it's. I feel things are a lot better. You said we've been getting some support from people, which means so much to me. People who have reached out.
And we're closing in on 400 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to get that number up. I tried in that fucking chat where I do the illegal stream, and I don't think I got us anything. I put that up, and then people just stopped talking to me, so I don't know if I got muted or what.
And I started doing the Instagram thing.
Oh, yeah, bro. I just completely... Because I stopped doing my own Instagram. I don't know if you noticed. I don't put up cat pictures anymore.
No.
I forget. It's not something that... That's why I can't run like Facebook groups, because it's like I don't do that anymore. It's
I hear you.
I got past where I spend my time on social media. I mean, there was a time where holy shit, that's all I did was I was on Facebook 40 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to mention that because I looked at it. I was like, holy shit, it's been 3 years.
No, that's really cool. It's
crazy that it's time flies. But
Yeah, no.
I didn't tell you this. This is a little bit of breaking news that's happened in the last, I'll say, hour or so. So do as I always say. And it's coming from a reputable site, PWI Insiders reporting it, that the Good Brothers are not going to be renewing their deal with WWE.
That's about the least surprising thing I've ever heard. I mean, like they.
Yeah.
I mean, like again, I know they're friends with the Bucks. I, I don't think that they'd have a problem with Cody. I mean, like Cody may actually know them. They may be friends. I don't know what the dichotomy is there, but it's just I don't want to get into the assumption over every single guy who leaves WWE
Oh my God, they're
is
going to
automatically
AEW.
yeah. And that's going to drive me crazy. And it's like, Cody's come out a couple times and said, ex WWE doesn't mean AEW.
I agree, because I don't want to say it like this, but you don't want someone else's table scraps sometimes. Because I don't want to sound disrespectful, but you know what I mean? Like, if someone else doesn't want you, that doesn't necessarily mean, oh my God, we got to scoop them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really do think it's a case-by-case basis. Like, I think in the case of somebody like the Perfect 10, what the fuck, Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
I think he's somebody that was criminally underused. Like, look at Juice Robinson. I really wouldn't consider Juice Robinson ex-WWE. I mean, like, he didn't make a career for himself in WWE.
No.
I think if they were going to go for, like, the criminally underutilized, basically everybody on the 205 live roster, stuff like that, people who never got the chance through WWE.
I'll tell you,
what I mean?
I'll tell you one specifically. And Lance had mentioned this when he saw him wrestle live, because he went to a WWE live show a while back. And he said, and I agree with him, is Tyler Breeze.
Oh, Breeze is amazing. Breeze is so good.
He said, I think it was him and Ziggler wrestled, and they wrestled like a 35-minute match.
Yeah, he's so good in the ring. He was great in NXT. Remember, they got fucking Liger to
I was just getting ready to say that.
him.
They got him to wrestle Jushin Thunder Liger. Like, how cool is that?
I mean, and dude can work. His gimmick was great. It was an updated Rick Martel gimmick. And one that worked.
Speaking of which,
so over in NXT.
I was reading earlier that Liger, I believe he's going to retire sometime next year.
Yes, January 4th at Wrestle Kingdom. Apparently, only 2 other guys have had their retirement match at Wrestle Kingdom.
Really?
Yeah, one I think was Inoki, and I forget who the other one was, but apparently so did him when he made the comment that somebody had to correct him with whoever the other person was who had already. Because he goes, I believe I'll only be the second person to do such a thing. And then they said somebody else had done it. I don't think it was Muda.
No, because Muda still wrestles.
Yeah, it was somebody. It was a name that I knew. I don't think it was Tenru or Katao. It wasn't Shibata.
Was it Misawa?
I don't remember. But their final match was at Wrestle Kingdom.
That's interesting. Here's a little tidbit for you. Lance just said in the chat, Tyler Breeze's dad lives 3 houses down from him.
That's actually... Oh, that's right. Because he's from what? Penticton?
Yeah, Penticton.
Yeah, I think I had heard Breeze make some kind of a comment about that somewhere, and it was like, I just thought of Lance, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's where Lance lives.
Well, yeah, because as soon as I hear it, I'm like, that's where Lance lives.
Yeah.
But no, I agree where they should only bring in talent if you're going to go, like you just said, criminally underused.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would think, I mean, like, Ziggler, I think, would maybe be the one exception of a guy who had a WWE name because I think he still falls into the criminally underused section.
Yeah.
But I could also understand if they don't want to, because they want, to focus on their young guys, because they need to be building a future now with these guys. And unless they're having guys, like these big names come in for short times to do jobs, you can't have these name guys come in and get over, because they're not going to be there forever. A guy like Dolph Ziggler is not going to be wrestling in 10 years. Exactly. I really don't think so.
Speaking of Ty Dillinger, did you see he's already got his first independent booking?
Yeah, like most guys, when they come out of the WWE, their first show was WrestlePro.
Yep.
That lets you know something about Pat, though. Like, Pat does things right. Guys want to work with Pat, so that's why I'm hoping for his sake that this whole new gimmick gets him some, quote unquote buzz. Because he's the anti-buzz now.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it. He's working that Alaska show.
Well, I mean, he's funding it. Him and Kevin.
Well, yeah. See, I didn't know that, but
he owns WrestlePro, right?
Of course.
Pat? Yeah.
I meant I didn't know all that.
I mean, if he's throwing the show, he's the one who funds it.
I was just intrigued who he's working.
Yeah, Janela. But him and Janela, I mean, like...
They got a lot of history.
Janela was one of the Starmen.
Yep.
You knew that he was Starman?
Yeah.
I believe I was there when he gave himself the fucking concussion. Like, bad, really, really bad concussion. Like, seizures bad.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, I know they had talked about it extensively when Kevin, Pat, and there was a third guy called 3.5 Wrestlers. They had their own podcast.
Yeah.
That shit was interesting because, you'd get to hear about, like the world of the local area of Jersey. That's why it's like I see people who are working together nowadays, and it fucking surprises the shit out of me, like who's on whose show and stuff like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Not naming any names because I don't know who's going to listen to this and who's friends with who, but there's a couple out there that I think are fucking huge scumbags.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and I probably mentioned it to you when I saw they were working together. I was just, like, shocked.
I don't think you said it to me. I think you said it somewhere else, and it caught my attention. I think you said it somewhere on Facebook, and I was like, oh.
Okay, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Lance, yeah, he does have a 90-day no compete because the booking with Ty Dillinger isn't till June, I believe.
June or very late May. I'm trying to think of when their show was, but yeah, it would be okay. When they did that angle where they said Becky Lynch was going to have a 60-day suspension, it would have put her at the very beginning of April, right after WrestleMania. Remember when Vince said that?
Yeah,
60 days from then was a couple of days after Mania. So 90 days would be about the first week of May. Because that was about the same time frame.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like it's either the end of May or the beginning of June.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the 90 days should be about, yeah.
Because Legends of the Ring is the beginning of June. So it could be around there.
Because about how long ago were they gone? About a week? A little bit more than a week ago?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more, because to be frank with you, time, like now, when you're home, like days just fly by.
Yeah, but they feel like they're taking forever when they're happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird dichotomy.
Yeah, some days, like today, I was like, oh, how the fuck did it get to be 3:30 already? It was just like I guess because I was busy. I mean, I've been playing this fucking game, which I'm playing now. So I don't understand when people say, like, you can't play video games and talk at the same time. Like, if you watch Up, Up, Down, Down, people have a hard time doing it. Like, you can't even tell I'm not,
No, I wouldn't know unless you told me.
Every week that we've been doing this, since I lived in Brooklyn, I'd be playing video games while we were podcasting. So now
what are you playing, by the way?
Right now is Warframe. It's a free-to-play game, and it's so much fun, bro. There's just so much shit to fucking like. There's so much replay value. It's just a shooter. You have these different Warframes that are like not even big robots. They're like I guess they're like mechs that you're in, but they're human size, so they look like humans, and you collect different ones, and they all have different abilities. So right now, I have a guy named Necros. So all of his abilities are based around death and resurrecting dead enemies to go fight for you.
Lance said he wouldn't know except for the tap tap sounds.
Oh, I have a very shitty controller, so that's why people hear it. Yeah. Oh, I had to turn it off because if I have the rumble on, it sounds like an earthquake. Like my friends laugh if I have the rumble on.
That's funny.
You can hear it from the other side of the room. Like I turned it off so I don't wake my wife up 2 rooms over.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's loud, bro. There's a broken housing in there. I just don't feel like taking it all apart again. I fixed it once.
All right, dude. Before we get into some other stuff, let me run through these real quick before I forget. Don't forget to follow us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at ASC Pods. You can find our entire catalog on B Plus Player Radio. Find them on Twitter at B Plus Radio. Check out their sponsors over at Audible. I think it's up to 420,000 different audiobooks you could check out, and all kinds of different things. You can get a 30-day free trial. Go to audibletrial.com/B+players. And don't forget to check out our sponsors over at Too Sweet Magazine. Find them on Twitter at 2TOO Sweet Mag.
All right, now, I think I'm going to write down most of that. I'm just going to surprise you with it next week. No, like what Jericho does. Like, he'll just, he just finds ways to intertwine it into his conversation. And it's like, I know he's cutting it in after the fact, but it's just, it flows. Like,
it's sort of like a seamless transition.
Like, while we're talking about that, like, did you know, Mike, did you know that Audible has blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I think that could be fun. I think we can have fun with that.
Sure, why not?
It's going to come up with a decent script.
Yeah. Speaking of smooth transitions, the big thing in wrestling that I sent you last night, and then I mentioned it to you, and then you sent it to me, was the Ronda Rousey video.
Oh, is that what you said to me last night?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Because I got a message last night, like my
I said something. Did you see the video or something to the effect? The video that's going around with Ronda.
No. For some reason, did I think maybe it was? Oh no,
it doesn't matter.
No, I'm just trying to think of what I thought it possibly was. But, yeah.
There's for people that are in the dark, what I'm referring to is Ronda on her own website has a vlog from this week's past Raw, like before the show, during the show, and after the show, where they go to Pat's and Gino's to get cheesesteaks, which I don't particularly care for. And then she basically does like a interview almost while she's getting her hair braided, which is kind of fucking weird. I don't know how you felt about it.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a bit much. I'm actually trying to pull it over so we can at least play the audio, because it's only a minute long. Do you mind?
No, I don't care.
I think it'd be good to have some sound effects. Maybe my speaker, so... yeah. Oh, fuck, I have no sound. Oh, I don't think that's gonna work, so...
Well, then, I'll just tell you what it said. Basically, Ronda went on like a tirade about the fans and Becky Lynch and dropped a bunch of F-bombs.
Oh, here we go. It's just playing out of this one. Here you go.
Giving a promo, and it wasn't a promo. They gave me other things to say. I didn't fucking say it. What's the thing? It's not a fucking promo. It's not an act. I'm not going out there and doing their fucking act anymore. They can say it's part of the act to kind of try to save face to everybody else, but it's not an act. I'm going out there, I'm doing whatever the hell I want, and they can explain it away however they want, but fuck them. Everybody, WWE Universe included. I meant that I'm going to disrespect the sport that they all love so much. Oh, don't break kayfabe, Ronda. Wrestling's it's scripted. It's made up. It's not real. None of those bitches can fucking touch me. The end.
You have such a way with words.
Yeah, I dropped my
Robert.
controller. Sorry.
You're all right. No, I said you have such a way with words, Rhonda.
I mean, see, like I said to you before, I'm on the fence with whether or not I think this is real. I think because of the vulgarity, yes, it was on her platform, but I think when she says "fuck the WWE universe," I think that's where it's starting to, like, you're not insinuating anything, you're outright saying something.
What is it that Hogan always used to say?
Take your vitamins.
That you're doing a work, but you're working yourself into a shoot.
I don't even think it's that. I mean, I really legitimately think that. I think she got her feelings hurt when she was booed. I don't think she has any social awareness. I don't mean this as a slight to her, but if you think about the kind of life she had, moving from place to place with her mom, at one point she was homeless, living in her car as a teenager. She's had a rough upbringing, so she lacks people skills. So
I was going to say that, and then on top of it, where she became, and I hate to use this comparison, but like Mike Tyson was in a way for boxing in the 80s, where she was, this like invincible monster that, was like the golden goose that they basically gave everything to. You know what I mean?
That's a perfect acumen. They basically gave her a lot. I mean, and I think she was great for the time period, meaning there was women's MMA was non-existent, so she was the best.
She put it on the map, no doubt.
Yeah, she was more or less like the best of a bunch of really not great fighters. And I know people take argument with that because she decisively beat Miesha Tate a bunch. I don't think Miesha Tate, compared to the fighters of today,
but I would say she's what I would consider like more of a box office attraction, where it's, and I don't want to say she's not a good fighter, because she was, but it's more that she put asses in seats. Like, people were intrigued to see it.
And it was because she was so good.
Yeah.
Or seemingly so good. It's just that, MMA, I think even more so than boxing, is a product of matchups.
Definitely.
If you have a favorable matchup, like, she should have lost to Holly Holm. I mean, she should have beaten Holly Holm. She should have, but I knew she wasn't going to, because she had gotten so far away from what she was training. Like the judo.
And she got exposed.
And then afterwards, she goes on fucking Ellen and said after her loss, she wanted to kill herself. And it's just like, that's kind of when I was like, like where I kind of began to reach my...
Enough's enough.
Yeah, it's like, you want to kill yourself over a loss? Like, how do you get better? Like, you learn more through a loss than you ever do about, through a win. You learn more about yourself, and
definitely
you go back to you learn humility. You learn what it feels like to lose, so it doesn't happen again.
So
you're gonna sit there and threaten to, I wanted to kill myself.
So to me, that is one of two things: you're a sore loser, or you want attention,
or you're emotionally weak.
That too.
You don't have experience with other people and how it's proper to act. in any given situation.
That's fair, because I could, in that video, the part you didn't play, she calls Becky Lynch by her real name. Full name.
Yeah, but she also did that on Twitter. She called her Rebecca Quinn.
Yeah.
After Becky put up the picture with Travis Brown's face.
They said that's legit. Like, she got really upset over that photo.
See, I mean, maybe Ronda is the perfect example of working into a shoot, because, I mean, like, Ronda told Charlotte to beat the shit out of her with the crutch. Then told Becky to do the same. Like, they've been really working with each other to really sell this authenticity.
And I think they've done a fantastic job.
But I think Ronda really worked. I don't think that what she did on Monday was a shoot, like she was claiming in the video. I think she's letting her real anger peek through.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. I mean, like, I don't think that they're going to allow her to be in a position where she can potentially
hurt someone.
Not even hurt someone. Hurt the sponsorship. Hurt the company. Hurt the image of the company.
Well, that's what I messaged you privately earlier today. I wonder if they are having, like, buyer's remorse with Ronda when she does and says things like that in a public forum.
Yeah, I want to see what the reaction is going to be, from other other people in that locker room. I really don't care about what, like, I don't mean this is, to be mean. I don't care what indie guys have to say about her saying that. Like, I care about guys who made it to WWE. Like,
no, I get you.
It's like, I'd care more about, like, what the Undertaker or Orton has to say than Billy Bob Backyard.
Billy Bob Backyard.
I just made that up too.
We got to hashtag that shit.
Yeah, Billy Bob Backyard.
That's a good one, man. The other big news that's kind of happened this week was about Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, WWE even has fucking pictures up already of what the
screws
surgery
and
looked like.
everything.
Yeah, that's some nasty shit, bro.
I was like, fuck that. That's just, like, brutal. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's probably going to drop the title to Gargano. I really, truly believe that that's where they were going with that. That they were going to do the full circle.
Oh, yeah. It would have been the, this story's, what do you call it? Basically the end to the story.
Well, they also have a lot more TV tape.
Yeah.
Like, they've already had Gargano turn on Ciampa.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the go-home episode, I believe, before Mania.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Lance has some breaking news. He says WWE signed Billy Backyard to a 3-year deal.
Oh, boy. Yo, I fucking trademarked that. I'm saying that right now. That's my trademark. I see that. I'd be very mad if we're going to find a Waffle House to fight at.
Hell yeah, man. But I just feel bad for him. And, he finally gets up to the main roster, and then this happens. And it kind of leaves Gargano now in, like, Nowhereville,
I mean, I don't know. See, like, NXT booking is so flexible. Like, it could easily be turned. Like, they could easily turn that into a multi-man match.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I just meant he was up on the main roster for a little bit, and now it's like they probably don't have any clue where to go with him.
Yeah, it's really a shame. I mean, like, I think it was cool to see him have that opportunity in that situation. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, like, when he comes back. But who knows? I mean. Yeah. We worried about that too the last time. Like, when he comes back, what's going to happen? And they gave him the fucking world title. Or the NXT title.
One of the hottest guys in wrestling.
Yeah. But yeah, this is between 6 and 14 months. So that's a huge window for him.
And it really depends, and you would know this. I mean, granted, it's not you didn't have your neck or anything, but it depends on how your nerves heal and react.
Oh yeah, I mean, for my case, also if it was installed properly.
Well, that too, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends how his body reacts.
Yeah, I think spine surgery is been a million times safer than it was like when Angle and shit. And
Oh, absolutely. The technology's so far advanced, but still, that's nothing you want to screw with.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just curious what they'll do with the world title now. Like, will they have like a tournament, or you know what I mean?
They don't have time for that. Like it's all taped prior to WrestleMania. There's no more tapings before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like it went off the air with Gargano faking a knee injury and Ciampa going to attack him, and then Gargano
doing it before he did it to him,
and did the mirror kind of attack that
Ciampa
he threw him into LED Tron like Ciampa did in Chicago.
Yeah.
Which started this whole feud. So that's why I really saw like Gargano winning the title, and I don't know if they're even going to do that because it's not going to mean as much if he doesn't beat Ciampa for it.
Yeah.
Every time we think that they've done perfect with the storyline, they find another good layer to add to it.
Lance is saying maybe they do like a 4-man tournament the night of TakeOver.
It's possible. I mean, they can always do something at Access.
Yeah.
But I don't know if their Access is going to be big for this. Like, because I know that they had it at Royal Rumble, but Royal Rumble is one of the big, one of the big 5.
Yeah. If I had to guess, like, who they would give the title to, just right off the top of my head, I would figure they would give it to Adam Cole.
He really hasn't been featured in anything, though.
I know, which is kind of weird.
They got so many guys right now.
And I don't think they would give it to one of the newer guys. At least I don't think.
Yeah, trying to think if there's anybody who had any like who's the most experienced out of like them guys, but like Cole would be the closest thing like ready for the main event roster.
I was thinking that, Lance, but I don't know if they would give it to him so soon.
Velveteen?
Matt Riddle.
Riddle's just starting is taped in a program now with Velveteen.
Okay.
I mean, again, that's subject to change. They could very well change that, but then that's going to leave Velveteen without a opponent at TakeOver.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, did you see the feature they have on him on the network?
On whom?
Riddle.
I actually remember when I told you about that YouTube page for the PC.
Yeah.
That's where they started releasing it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I watched it on the network. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, but like all that when he was back at the Monster Factory and the kids are running, that's all on that YouTube page. That's why I think if you haven't followed it yet, like you really need to get your ass up and follow that page because it's a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff. They had the video of all the girls finding out when they were that they were gonna be representing NXT in the Women's Royal Rumble. So like
that's
this
cool.
is really cool background stuff that you get to see that you don't really get to see often. So it's the WWE PC on YouTube. Definitely recommend. Stop what you're doing, pause us. Go follow it. Any fan is definitely gonna like this, and you get to see a different side of the people. Like Rhea Ripley add a character.
That's interesting.
That's how I come to find out that apparently Ricochet is dating the Ninja Warrior girl.
Oh, okay.
Because they had like a whole video where they're talking in the back and it was all like romantic and cutesy and shit.
I love the way you say that.
Well, it seems like Charlotte is now with Andrade.
Yeah, that's another weird one.
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, live your life.
I don't think she's a very good-looking woman. I've never found her attractive. I've always thought that she was a very convincing version of Ric Flair in drag.
I'm not trying to sound mean when I say this, but her getting rid of that thing that was on her face has made her look so much better.
Oh, is that what she did?
You're like the third person to say that.
Well, that and the fact she fucking bleached the shit out of her teeth. Did you see that?
Yep. Yeah,
bro, I
don't want to call it
distracting.
I don't want to call it a wart or whatever because that's, rude. But whatever it was that she had on her chin, she got it removed.
Yeah, it was a birthmark or because it's more one of those. It's like a birthmark or something. But yeah.
But it's funny.
Was that very recently?
I'd probably say in the last month or two.
Okay.
It's funny you say that because you're probably the third or fourth person. That's what's different with her.
Yeah, I mean, other than the teeth, I fucking saw this this Monday, and I don't know how long that's a thing with her fucking pearly fucking white teeth, distractingly white.
Like when she opens her mouth, that blinds you.
Yeah, I was like, no, good for her, but I was like, holy shit, like that is distracting.
No, I can see that. One of the other things I wanted to touch on, I was super excited about this past week, was Samoa Joe winning the U.S. title.
Yes, that whole R-Truth thing. I mean, I enjoyed it for the 2 weeks. I think R-Truth is a great dude. I think they should continue to pay him. I think he's good for the company. I think people love him. Don't ever try to turn him heel again. But I'd much rather see Joe with that title.
Yeah, I was just so happy for him.
He looked very happy. That's what one of my buddies said. He goes, man, he looked like a fucking fat kid on Christmas.
Lance said when we're talking about the stuff with Charlotte, he's pretty sure that when she got her implant fixed, that's when she did all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, she had to, they were uneven.
I mean, I know one of those teeth have to be, a prosthetic because there was a video going around where she was talking to somebody in the universe at a house show, and she's like, she thought they were taking a picture, they were taking a video, and she's like, I can't smile, I lost my tooth.
Oh, wow. So, okay, I got you.
You know what I'm talking about?
Did you see that? I can't think of what they're called, but I know what you're referring to.
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. That was so bright.
Yeah, the big rumor now is Joe's gonna wrestle Cena at Mania.
Okay, I mean, I guess Cena needs a feud.
As long as he's gonna put Joe over, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's either there's no story or there's too much story. I really think Vince has ruined what could have been a really purely formed women's title match to main event. It was okay story with Becky got screwed out of her title match at Survivor Series, worked her ass off to win the Royal Rumble, go in there strong instead of this bullshit fake injury nonsense, and have her go against a very game Ronda Rousey. That's it. No bullshit. No fucking convoluted storylines.
Yeah, what you see is what you get.
Here's my question. Why this week did she have to sign a hold harmless agreement, but 2 weeks ago, she was taken out of the main event at WrestleMania because she went to go see a doctor? Why couldn't she sign a hold harmless agreement then?
Yeah.
Why is that okay now? Now she's injured. At least then it was go talk to a doctor or... you can't fight at WrestleMania, 60 days away.
Yeah.
Like that made like we have a whole other 2 pay-per-views before then, but we're still gonna suspend you. Like it's gotten so complicated. It's gotten so convoluted. And it looks like they're doing something similar on SmackDown now, with fucking Kofi and.
Yeah, they're trying. It's like they're confusing everyone.
I think the thing with Kofi was there were no plans for this. I think they were going to do Mustafa Ali at Fastlane, and then Kevin Owens at Mania. And I think WWE got super surprised by the ovation that Kofi got, and they're going to give him the Mania moment.
Yeah. I think what they could probably do now is have a 3-way at Mania.
No more 3-ways. Let Rowan.
No, I agree with you. I'd rather have a 1-on-1.
I don't think they're gonna do it 3. I really don't. I think Rowan's gonna interfere, and somehow it's gonna be KO and Rowan to free up Daniel Bryan and Kofi. I think at this point, I don't think they want to do 2 triple threat world title matches.
Yeah. And I don't want to say he's bad doing it. It's just weird having KO as a good guy.
I don't know. I mean, it's different, but I like it, man. I'm
not saying I dislike it. I guess it's like you got to get used to it. You know what I mean?
I like the possibility of where this can go, because he's just good at charactering, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, he's good at basically selling who he is.
Yeah, there's even times when he's a heel, he plays the pathetic heel very well. So, I mean, if he could just be like a down and out, kind of like a Dusty Rhodes common man kind of...
Because that's what it feels like they're trying to do with him.
And I think organically it can happen. I think that if they let him be him, because yeah, he looks big and mean, but he's fucking... he's a nice dude.
He's the nicest dude ever.
In the interactions I've had with him when he didn't have to be nice because I wasn't a paying fan, he was a gentleman. Like, he was just cool to be around. So if they're letting him be himself, just a fan of wrestling, just tough guy, hopefully good luck to him. Let this be something different. Just a hard-working common man.
And you hit it right on the head, Lance. He said it's going to make his eventual turn back into a bad guy so much better.
But it's going to have to be long-term. It can't be something like, because if this is a 2-3 month thing and he turns heel, then it's going to be like, oh, we knew it. Like this.
Yeah, no,
you need
this
to
has
get somebody
to be...
so invested in the good guy character that it hurts you when he turns heel.
Like, it has to be like you're talking 6 months, a year, you know what I mean?
Even longer than that. I mean, like a 6 month. I mean, like, you need a full character change. And like, can you? I mean, like, I don't know.
See, I don't know if they would go that long.
Oh, they probably wouldn't. I mean, it would make sense to, but
because I think it could be fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think there's any role he really can't take up. He is fairly articulate. He could definitely be sarcastic. I don't think he's going to be no white meat babyface.
Never. He'll be like the anti-hero.
Yes, the common everyday guy, but the anti-hero. I can see that.
The other big thing that happened, I'm forgetting, and people probably screaming at me that are listening, is the Shield got back together.
Oh yeah, and now this weekend it's going to be the Shield versus 3-Man Blend.
You got to trademark that one.
Yeah, no, I stole that from either What Culture or one of the other ones. I'll be honest about that, but yeah, one of the two. 3-Man Blend.
Well, it's funny because when I saw them get back together, I said it's time for WWE to milk, one more little bit out of the Shield before Dean leaves after WrestleMania.
What if either Dean costs them the match,
or after the match turns on them and we get Dean versus Roman at Mania.
That would be cool.
Because I don't think Dean was ever heel when Roman was around.
And they've never worked one-on-one to my knowledge.
So, I mean, like, logically speaking, if, that I could potentially see that as an angle.
Yeah.
So long as they don't fucking bring up cancer.
Yeah,
that'd be cancer. I don't want leukemia used in any more fucking, like, he's over it. Good, let's never talk about it again. That's not promo material.
Lance says he thinks Dean's not leaving. They've been making so much about him leaving that it's not going to happen.
I don't know. Like, the one thing that I like, the piece of information I came across, and I mean, it could be wrong, but the thing was, why would WWE start working the news sites that are finally giving them complete mainstream attention? It's in Sports Illustrated. They're in Forbes.
ESPN.
It's on Bleacher Report. ESPN does features on them now and even has segments in some of their Sports Center shows about wrestling. I don't know why, and I believe it was done through their corporate, which means that went to shareholders as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, if that makes sense, like, if they would do that. I don't, it's just, because again, I always look at the business ramifications of why things are done.
Did you hear what Renee said about him on commentary this week?
He's heading to greener pastures.
Yeah. I was surprised she said that.
I mean, it's I don't know. There was something else that kind of caught me off guard this week.
But maybe I'm just looking too much into it.
No, I don't think it's... I don't know. I just wasn't surprised by it. I mean, I guess in this day and age where people are already complaining, and like they can complain on Twitter about anything.
Yeah.
They've already both voiced their displeasure with things, in and around with some things. So, I mean, it's not necessarily surprising. Yes, I guess for her to use Raw as a vehicle for that. But, I mean, again, that could just be further indication that they reached some kind of agreement.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you really don't know.
I mean, apparently he turned down multiple years of multi-million dollars.
Yep.
So, I mean, again, not everybody is in things for the same thing. Money truly is not everything.
Well,
he may be very well saved up. Like, we don't know what his financial situation is.
I could just see him, and I don't know him more than I know a man in the moon, but he just appears to me like someone that money would not be something that would motivate him.
Yeah, no, he definitely doesn't seem like a money motivated person. I agree. I'm with you 100%. He just seems to be somebody who does it because he enjoys it.
Yeah, and he's a very private person. Like, like every other superstar has, to my knowledge, don't quote me, social media like Twitter or Instagram or a Facebook. Like they all have those verified accounts. He doesn't have any of them.
Yeah, he's just, it's apparently he's even like that backstage. There's only a handful of people he actually stays around with, and I can understand that in this business. I mean, it's you don't like everybody you work with all the time, and I'm sure like fans think that behind the scenes everybody's friends with everybody, and it's everything's all cool and shit. I don't think it's like that, I mean, I don't think people hate each other, but I also don't think it's as...
Group hug and...
Yeah, I don't think it's all like that. I think that there really are some people who just come to work, do their job, and leave, just like any other profession. Like there are people who like each other and people who don't.
Absolutely. I just remembered I wanted to touch on something I read earlier this week that I thought you would like because it's about your favorite tag team that's on the main roster.
Heavy Machinery?
Yeah.
Okay.
They apparently what they've been doing, and this is it's pretty cool that they're doing this because you don't really hear of guys doing this on the main roster. After the shows are done, they stay and help clean up and break down.
Well, that's good then. I mean,
I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool that they do that. And they said that they're, I guess from what I was reading, they're like thankful and want to help out.
I mean that's
I just thought
good.
that was
I mean,
really cool to hear.
Here's where I'm going to say where I think that there's a problem with that.
Okay.
They're now taking, and again, I understand tradition. They're also taking away somebody's union job in most states.
Well, yeah, okay.
Again, like it's great that they're doing it, absolutely. But it's like there were job sites that if I touched a broom, I was probably gonna get into a fight at the end of the day. You would think like, aren't you supposed to clean up after yourself? No, there's people who are paid to clean up after you. And I know that's disrespectful as that is. Like they may be taking food off somebody's plate by trying to do the right thing, but they're taking somebody's job away.
I understand.
But no, it's very nice to hear that there are guys in here who love the business and are willing to stay. Like don't at all want to diminish like how cool I think that is and how awesome and how I think more guys should be willing to put more back into the business like that.
Yeah, but no, I get what you're saying. I just thought it was really cool because you don't really hear about that.
It also may be liability issues. If fucking Dozovich puts up the ring and the ring collapses,
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
It's like, who are you? Like, why are you doing it? You have guys, like riggers who know how to do this for a living. And so, again, I have to look at things from that side of it.
I don't remember exactly what they were doing, but it was basically helping out after the show was over.
No, I think that's really cool. I really do.
Here's some other news that's... I don't know if you had heard about this, about JR, that he's probably going to sign with AEW.
Yeah, I guess good for the fact that he's going to bring recognition with voice people are going to...
I like JR, but JR is a shell of what he used to be.
Bro, he's fucking awful now. He's awful. He doesn't know how to say people's name right. He doesn't seem to give a fuck. Even when he was corrected on Twitter, like he made a mention, like all the you people who are, saying that I'm mispronouncing Marty Sherrill's name wrong.
Yeah, and what I would say is if you're being paid by a company to do your job, at least try to make the effort to pronounce it correctly.
It's not even that hard of a name, though. So it's like, I don't even understand. SCR. It's like scrub, skirl. Not that hard. There you go, JR. You fucking idiot.
Tell me how you really feel.
No, I think he'll be good as far as just being a familiar voice to people, but I think in the long run, they need to get away from the old Southern look.
Yep. I definitely agree with that.
I just don't think, old and the South sell.
Especially and this is just me personally, I hated it when they would do the super slow ref 3 count.
Yeah.
Like the dramatic, I hated that. But it could be just from when we were growing up, we were always used to the, 1, 2, bam, if you're kicking out.
What do you mean, 1-2 bam?
Where if you like what I'm referring to when the refs down in the WCW, they would do like the real slow 1, 2, and then if you're gonna kick out, you know what I'm talking about, like for dramatic effect.
Which is how it should be.
I never really cared for that, the way they did it down there.
I like the WCW refs. I mean, I thought WWE refs were, I don't know, it felt more like professional down in WCW for me. At least in the early 90s.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know, I don't like the WWE style where at the referees. I like indie style. Like, do you remember when, believe it was Kevin at the time, it was Anthony Bowens, but they had the sequence where the ref does the CM Punk fire up.
Yes.
And then the ref pins Bowens kicks out, and then like Kevin's counting, and it goes back and forth, and then it's a fucking, the ref gets hits a stunner on Kevin or something, and then Anthony Bowen starts counting.
Yeah. No, that's
just a whole
cool.
silly sequence. But like, you know, WWE would never do something like that.
Never.
Like, and I think that would get overstood, but that's way too indie.
Yeah, people would scoff at that.
I don't even think you'd have a chance of seeing that on NXT, unfortunately. But I get such a kick out of things like that. Like, I know wrestling isn't real to begin with.
You
Just
were
to see a
100%
referee
spot on, Lance. He said the best ref ever was when we did the rewind last night and watched World Class, and it was a dude that they wore all blue, and it was like a blue polo shirt and like track pants.
Okay.
It was just hilarious because it was so like not the norm to see a ref dressed like that.
Yeah, everybody has like the umpire shirt or
That's what it kind of looked like. I'm like, but a baseball umpire, the like light blue kind of shirt.
Yeah. Like a polo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird.
And this was from when?
World Class Championship
So
Wrestling in the late 80s.
Okay, I was gonna say so 70s and 80s, but yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, no, it was just like so odd. I was like, okay. I'm trying to see what else we got to. Well, there's a pay-per-view this Sunday.
Yeah, we can go over that.
I almost forgot because
I've only mentioned it like 4 times since we got on.
that yes. I guess it's like the pay-per-views in between, like the main ones, like before Mania. You're kind of like, whatever.
I think they need to have some kind of different thing, like, because like how New Japan is able to know at the end of like the fucking what the hell is it called that they do every year, where the winner gets to fight for the title at the following Wrestle Kingdom. It's not Super Juniors.
Oh, the
New Japan Cup?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Isn't that what it's called, or the G1?
G1.
Yeah, no, I'd like that.
It doesn't even have to be like a tournament like that, but like they're able to go, I don't know, 8 months knowing who the number one contender is going to be. Like, for the fact that WWE has no way of kayfabe stretching this out is kind of ridiculous.
I'll give you an example, but it wasn't for a title to my knowledge. When they had Cena Rock 1.
Yeah, that was a year in advance, you know, but that was like a good chunk of that. They didn't build that match. They just didn't talk about it for a number of months. And then all of a sudden, towards WrestleMania season, they started talking about it again.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate that.
But it's like, I don't know, like, why, like, you're going to have two pay-per-views in the middle. Why can't the Elimination Chamber be a determination of something? Like, once somebody wins the Royal Rumble, that's it. They won the Royal Rumble. They're going to fight for a title at WrestleMania. Let fucking Elimination Chamber be the pay-per-view where the champions are decided.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and then you have another month to figure out your other main event that's not the World Championship. I mean, but it's like you have options. Like, every year the Royal Rumble winner goes on to fight the winner of who's able to retain the title at
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, the month before. There you go. So now you have a reason to have a fucking Elimination Chamber every single year. You're going to be the guy going in as champion to WrestleMania.
Well, and then, you know, fans have something to look forward to. Like, holy crap, you know, I wonder who's going to, you know, win at Elimination Chamber, because then whoever does, then they fight so-and-so who won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And then then it means something.
Yeah, and then, you know, everyone gets excited because it's, they know every year that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And then even if it's not every single year, at least use that kind of as a baseline, like, this is where we want to go with things. Definitely. So these 2 months actually fucking matter for something.
Yeah, and it's not just a throwaway.
Which is what it's become. Like, there's no impetus for people to actually go watch this. Like, you know,
or
it's
to
like
buy it, or to even, you know, because you're like, well, so-and-so's not going to lose because WrestleMania's in 4 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, like, I don't think I don't know. It's their idea that they need 8 weeks to build their main event, to me, is a little bit crazy.
Isn't it?
Like, in this day and age, that they think that they need 8 weeks to build.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. And holy crap, dude, I'm looking at this card and I did not realize there was this many matches.
They probably all got added today, because I seen Xavier Woods on Twitter. Thank God I checked Twitter, otherwise I never would have known I had a match this Sunday.
They have 9 matches.
Bro, at the beginning of the week there was like 3 or 4.
Really?
Yeah, because the Ronda match, I mean, the Becky match didn't exist. I think it was the SmackDown tag titles, and the WWE title. I'm trying to even think of what else was announced.
And then the women's the tag titles.
And the women's tag title. I think that's basically all that there was at the beginning of this week. Maybe one more.
Good Lord. That's crazy. But I'm going to run through them real quick, all of these, and we'll kind of talk about them.
That sounds good to me, bro.
All right. We got 2 pre-show matches. The first being the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev.
I'm thinking Shinsuke and Rusev win this one.
I actually agree with you, because it seems like they're trying to do something with these two.
After a very confusing start that these two had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't like the foreign heel gimmicks.
It's so like 1980s.
It really is.
And to me, this is a shame that this match is on the pre-show. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade.
Okay, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. What if this is the smartest move that they've done?
Go on.
Here, where the pre-show match usually?
Where?
Yeah, YouTube,
yeah,
Facebook, Twitter, all of these sites. Now you get people. Oh shit, that's Rey Mysterio. It'll be on YouTube after the fact because they can put up full matches. Or they tend to put up full matches from the pre-show where they don't do that for pay-per-view matches. So at least this is going to give them an opportunity to get these faces out. I mean, to at least get Andrade's face out there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's like maybe we should be looking at it through that lens, because this was actually just brought up today to me.
When you explain it like that, it makes sense.
Now, again, the person that I spoke to could be wrong, but it could also be like this is their opportunity to capitalize on things, and, you know, they get to have one of their big names get publicity. You know, like people can be able to see that match, especially if they want to do that at Mania. Okay. Which I think they need to do it at Mania, and I think Andrade needs to win at Mania.
Okay. I can go along with that, and I was just going to say I think Mysterio's going to win.
Yeah, so do I.
But now that you put it that way, that makes sense.
I could be giving WWE too much credit, but they love their YouTube hits. It's why they're in India right now, because anytime they put up anything Indian, you remember that, right? From the Mae Young, when they put up that WWE. You know, these women, like these other women's matches had maybe like 20,000 views, 30,000 views, and here's fucking the V and 4 million views 2 days after it was put out.
That's
Why?
insane.
Because there's fucking over 1 billion people in India, and a lot of them
love wrestling.
They love wrestling, and they're very proud of other Indians. And I don't mean that in a bad way. They're just
they're proud of their heritage.
If you want an interesting listen to it, it's kind of old now, but Khali was once on Talk Is Jericho. No translator, with him talking.
Oh, boy.
I mean, you can understand it. Like, it takes a couple minutes, but then after that, like, there's very few things that are really like, oh my god, what did he say? But he said that, like, people in India would, like, take days off of work when he'd wrestle and go to, like, temple and pray for him.
Holy cow.
Because there's that much belief that what's happening is real.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving here. We have a triple threat for the Raw Tag Team titles, with the Revival defending against Chad Gable and Bobby Roode and Aleister Black and Ricochet.
That's an NXT Wet Dream Tag Team match.
Yeah.
That said, I think Gable and Roode are only in there to take the pinfall, and I think Revival are going to retain.
I do too, even though they've been booked weirdly the last few weeks.
Yeah, I know they're doing right now on NXT. They just taped the whole up into the finals of the
Dusty
Rhodes. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Spoiler, I'm gonna give people a second to load a volume.
Cover your ears if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah, for 10 seconds. But Aleister Black and Ricochet, I believe, make it to the finals at the pay-per-view.
Okay.
At TakeOver. So I don't think they're going to be winning the titles. It's them versus the Forgotten Sons.
I keep hearing a lot of good things about them.
Have you? It's fucking Wesley Blake and what the hell was it? Gunner. And some other guy, I have no idea who.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, this is the tag team. I mean, the stable. And I don't know who the third one is. Cutler?
Yeah,
Steve
no,
Cutler?
I'm thinking of somebody else.
I don't even know who the fuck Steve Cutler is.
Yeah,
but yeah,
me neither. All right, let's see here. Next, we have the Boss and Hug Connection defending their women tag team titles against Nia Jax and Tamina.
I think it's going to be Boss and Hug.
Yeah, because they're like the only one that actually has a cool team name.
I think it's awful. I think they called it Tamina and Nia the Samoan Slaughterhouse. I think that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's what Corey Graves calls him, at least.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He said at Elimination Chamber, and I've heard other like the people from Wrestle Talk and Cultaholic have also mentioned that. So I mean, apparently he said it a couple of times. If it's been picked up by two other
news site.
Yeah, I mean, like Oh my god. Can you get that? Sorry.
You broke it.
No, it's just a smoke detector.
You burning the house down?
I'm not burning shit. I'm playing video games.
But no, I agree with you. I think Sasha and Bailey retain.
Yeah, they just fucking won it, and they've just gone through all of this shit. I mean, I think it was the wrong first feud.
Yeah.
I would like to see them go down to NXT and fight some of like the young women, which I think is actually can be kind of cool because they're able to maybe debut more women this way. Like I saw like now Aaliyah and I think it's Vanessa Bourne are a tag team.
Huh.
But it allows people now not to have to come up with a solo gimmick. You could just throw a couple people together and see what sticks. I mean, what's a tag team? Before it's a tag team, it's just two singles wrestlers.
Yeah. And so just throw two people together, see if they click.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. Like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Let's see here. Next, we have Asuka defending the SmackDown Women's title against Mandy Rose.
I don't see Mandy Rose winning this yet. I don't. Not right before Mania.
No. And that's another brief thing we got to talk about. Thankfully, Asuka's okay. She was injured at a house show on Monday.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
But that was on her.
Was it?
Because I saw the video. But
I see the video from the back.
I saw it the other way. Yeah, I saw it from the other angle, and she tucked her head.
I don't think she got picked up high enough.
Yeah, but for some reason, I don't think she should have tucked her head, and I think that's what made it worse.
She got brought down face first, though. She's supposed to not hit face first. She's supposed to hit flat.
Yeah, that was...
She got spiked.
Yeah.
So her legs were a lot higher than her face was. So instead of landing like a splat, like a belly flop, yeah, she landed what looked like more on her face first, and that's at the person who's given the move. When you let somebody go like that, they need to be at a place where they can square up with the ground.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
Whether she tucked her head or not, I don't think. I think that may have just been because she knew she wasn't high enough, and she wanted to try to protect herself.
Yeah, you got a point.
Because that's a weird way to get lifted up, too, because you're face down, and you're like, that's a weird move. Like, it surprised me the first time I seen her do that.
Yeah.
Was that somebody I would expect to be doing a move like that?
Not at all. But
kind of like, it scares the shit out of me when I see Carmella throwing kicks.
Yeah. But that being said, I agree with you. Asuka retains.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Next, we have The Shield going up against Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley.
3-man blend?
Yeah. I feel so bad for Drew getting stuck in this.
Yeah, wasn't there talk that he was supposed to be the one who's going to go and fight fucking Brock at Mania, and now it's...
this.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel bad. I genuinely do. Oh, sorry, man. I'm a pig.
It's all good. And either way, the Shield wins.
Yeah, I can't see them not letting fucking him win his comeback match. Unless they really want to...
get sympathy for him.
And get heel heat on whomever attacks him.
Yeah. But I'll go with the Shield.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Shield as well.
All right. Next we have Charlotte Flair going one-on-one with Becky Lynch. If Becky wins, she's added to the Raw title match at Mania.
It's just a matter of how Becky's gonna win.
Yeah.
I don't see any other way because I mean, unless she gets added some other way, I mean, all I know is we're having a triple threat at.
Becky's gonna be in it somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, how I don't know, but Becky's gonna be there.
It should be a really good match because her and Charlotte have really good chemistry.
I mean, I think between the three of them, and I mean, fuck what anybody says. Ronda's done amazing since coming with no experience.
Definitely.
So I'm cool with what Ronda's been doing, and I think it's going to be a really good match.
Agreed. And oh no, there's another one. I thought there was only one left. There's two left. Next, we have the Usos defending their SmackDown tag titles against The Miz and Shane McMahon.
That's gonna be the Miz, the Usos,
and more than likely lead to them splitting.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the start of Miz versus Shane at Mania.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going with this.
Yeah, I agree. All right, and last but certainly not least, Daniel Bryan defending the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens.
I don't think Kevin Owens is going to win.
No, as much as I'd like to see it, I think Bryan needs to keep it and let him, because to me, this is the best run of his career.
Whom?
Daniel Bryan, like the work he's doing, the character
absolutely.
work.
Absolutely, no question. No question at all.
Yeah, so I think he has to keep it.
Yeah, he's going into Mania with that belt. I don't see any two ways about it. I'd be very surprised if not, because I think it's going to be him and Kofi.
More than likely.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. That's what the fans truly seem to want. And I know, they don't always listen to fans, but I think this would be a stupid thing for them not to listen to.
Agreed. All right, now before we get out of here for tonight, you have any plans this weekend?
I think tomorrow we're gonna do some shopping to start getting stuff ready for us to go away.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting you're going away around Mania.
Yeah, actually, we get off the ship the day of Mania, like the morning of Mania. But I'm gonna be there for a couple of days afterwards. We're gonna have time to go around New Orleans.
That should be fun. I've never been.
Me neither. So this is gonna be rather interesting. I'm gonna enjoy it.
You should, man. It's always nice when you get away for a little while.
Fuck you, bro. You ain't kidding.
Where you just kind of just chill and do whatever.
That's the hope.
It's always nice, right?
Yeah, I just got to get there.
You only got a few more weeks.
Yep, now I'm getting kind of antsy. I just want it to come already.
I bet.
What are you up to this weekend?
I am going to Tremont show tomorrow night.
Cool.
It's Jesus Christ, I had the name of it on the tip of my tongue. H2O Wrestling's Hardcore Kingdom 3. And then just kind of relaxing on Sunday, and we'll probably watch the pay-per-view on the big screen in the living room.
Sweet.
Because I just kind of feel like taking it down as opposed to being around a group of people. You know how it is. You just feel like like being around people sometimes.
I don't want to be around people most of the time.
But isn't that a qualification to live in New York?
No. I mean, you don't have the option not to live by people.
I know.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. But no, it should be a nice, quiet, but fun weekend.
Yeah. So, and that's perfect timing. My dinner was just delivered to me by my lovely, beautiful wife.
So on that note, we're going to get out of here for tonight. So
Yes.
don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff. And we'll see you back next time. Have a good night, everybody.